Thanks for joining us for Issues and Answers. I'm Ian Boyne. That vexing issue of road fatalities, the overarching need for road safety is what we want to discuss today. We have with us the Director of Road Safety in the Ministry of Transport and Mining, Mr. Kenute, here. We thank you for your company. Kenute, good to have you back. The fatalities continue. You at the Road Safety Unit have been doing your work, but it must be daunting. What else can be done to stem the road fatalities, Kenute?
It is a very arduous task, right? You're looking at it saving lives. Fighting to save lives from persons that one would want to ask themselves if it is worth it. It makes you ask yourself critically if you're really in the right job.
It must be disheartening at times.
It's very disheartening. You wake up in the mornings, you get the early morning calls. 6 dead. This morning, you get the call.
4.
Calamity strike again. What do you mean? 4 dead. These are lives that have been lost. And you recognize it's not of wanting of trying, not a wanting of education.
Precise, not lack of information. Absolutely.
But what we have recognized is the wanton discipline in our society that permeates our society, where what is right becomes wrong and what is wrong becomes right, which is being perpetuated. It's a sort of humanistic philosophy that is perpetuating the traffic environment and our society in all. Where it's all about me, myself, and I.
What would you say are some of the common causes of these fatalities, the common factors, can you?
The number one reason why we have 219 persons dying in this country in 203 days is excessive speeding.
Excessive speeding?
Excessive speeding. Failure of persons to keep traffic lane. Drivers deciding that they are going to execute perilous material. I want to say, male drivers.
Yes.
Male drivers.
Young male drivers.
Who are between 20 and 40, who decide that they are going to be a law unto themselves and do what they want to do. And they are responsible for the deaths of most of these persons who have been killed on the network. Over 98% of these crashes and deaths could have been avoided.
Could have been avoided.
Human error.
No problem with the road.
No road problems. And I would like to speak specifically to these Westmorelandite motorcyclists who have this notion that superstition is the reason for the crash. Man born for dead by motorcycle crash, can't dead by gunshot. That I have told them that the choices that we have made to overtake our own corner, to decide that the white line is our road, it's a very troubling phenomenon in Western Jamaica. 2 motorcyclists crash head-on on the white line. And when you check it out, when you dig deep, you find out that there is a philosophy in the motorcyclist that the white line, those dotted white line, is their lane. So that is why the head-on collision happened. There's a wanton disregard for life, right? And you'll see it permeating in even the crime area, where you see this proliferation of crime and violence in the society.
But are people concerned about their own lives? Can you? Preserving your own lives, is that the first law of nature? Self-preservation?
One would have thought that that would have been the first law of preservation. But what is happening is that this can't happen to me, this happened to them. They cannot drive. So we can do all those maneuvers and get away with it. We can violate all the laws of physics and get away with it. we have been speaking from 1999. We have been begging people in this country to wear seatbelts because the only reason why seatbelt was designed and developed and put in the motor vehicle was because manufacturers of motor vehicles recognized that they built these vehicles and they are crashing and people were being thrown out and there was nothing to restrain them. Millions died before the seatbelt was installed in the vehicle. So why are we sacrificing ourselves out there on the network by not wearing
And a lot of people are not wearing seatbelts.
And we have a lot of people being thrown out of motor vehicles continuously. Every week we have people thrown out of the motor vehicle, you know. If they were in the motor vehicles, they would have given themselves a fighting chance to survive. It's better you're in the vehicle than being out of the vehicle, because remember, when you fly out of the vehicle, you know, your head is going to connect with the asphalt, or connect with a wall, or connect with a light pole. And this is what is happening with impunity out there. We saw what took place last week, Saturday, after we had the calamity at Bagwalk Gorge. A doctor was thrown out of the motor vehicle. We shouldn't have a doctor being thrown out of the vehicle. That's how we have lost profound talent there. So now. And people need to take responsibility for their actions. Because there is consequences for it. Right? As night shall turn to day. If you operate the vehicle in violation of what the speed limit allows for that road surface, also for the condition of the vehicle, right, you will find yourself in trouble.
We're going to take a break at this point. When we come back, we pick up on the matter of individual responsibility. Ken Youth here is always passionate and pointed on the matter of road safety. We hope that what he says today will save some lives. We take a break, but we'll be right back.
Walk on the sidewalk. If there is none, walk on the right side. And please, if you can't find a pedestrian crossing, make sure the road clear before you cross. Drivers need to drive good.
But pedestrian need to walk good too.
Walk good.
Director of Road Safety in the Ministry of Transport and Mining, Ken Youth, here speaking to us about this deadly matter of driving on the roads that's become deadly in so many instances. What are some of the other things we need to do to take personal responsibility in driving on the road?
We need to also recognize that the vehicle that we are driving, we mustn't put so much trust in it. We must.
Explain that, yes.
We are pushing these vehicles to do some speeds, some maneuvers, that oftentimes the manufacturer never designed it to do that. Therefore, it means that we need to check our vehicles. We need to obey the rules that govern that road. We need to respect the speed limit on the road surface, the condition of the road surface. Right? The climatic conditions we need to respect too. Right? Our headlights, we need to have those headlights working. We need to desist from driving on high beams out there. It is very devastating to other drivers, very distracting. It emits glare into other persons. So the vehicle light should be on low beam. You know, the police force, and I would say specifically the police traffic headquarters, they have been involved in heavy enforcement
Yes.
of the Road Traffic Act.
Yes, I see it.
And you'll see them working assiduously on the matter. But then you'll see drivers using the opportunity to flash other motorists
Make
that
them
the
aware,
police is aware.
Yes.
Now, if a man have to flash you, for you to know that you must drive properly, something wrong with you,
That's true.
right? Therefore, mean that passengers in these vehicles
Okay.
must
Exercises.
become
Police.
passenger police. You know the drivers who are shutter drivers, hot-head and hot-foot drivers. You mustn't patronize them. Right? You need to understand that it's one life you have. Always tell people. You can go to the shops and you can buy leg and tie, breast and wing. But you never go to a shop and buy a brain. You never go to a shop and buy a head. That's why you must wear a helmet. Because without the head, it's dead. If your brain is gone, damaged, destroyed, the other organs in the body not going to work. You cannot function properly. Better to be safe than sorry. Right? So passengers need to take the safety more serious. They're not taking the safety. The passengers in motor vehicle not wearing seatbelts, roaming around in vehicles. Now what passengers need to understand is that there's a cap on the insurance policy. There's a certain amount that will be paid out. So for example, insurance policy for injuries, it's $6 million. But the amount of injuries that is in the vehicle is 100 million. It stops at 6, you know. Now you're going to have to sue that driver for the balance. That becomes a civil suit. Everything can be avoided if, right? So it's better we take heed, right? The police force is stretched, we know that, right? But we're stretching them more because we're doing a lot of negative behaviors in the traffic environment. And I use this opportunity to call upon every police officer. I know that the commissioner has already done it already, but I use this opportunity to call upon every police officer to become a traffic police.
Oh. Don't just wait for the traffic division.
No. Let the country know that every police officer,
Traffic officer.
mobile reserve, lottery scam task force, protective services, everybody will deal with them.
So if they see
Because
violations,
they
must deal with the
are,
violations.
these drivers have made up their mind to challenge us. We have provided all the intelligence to them to keep themselves safe on the road. Those who have ears to hear, let them hear, right? I spoke at a church service. They invited me to speak and I told them that God is a God of order. And the road safety battalion in Jamaica is going to be working assiduous to bring back order, no matter what. Yes, we are battle weary.
You're not giving
But
up.
but the general never get his title without a lot of stripes around his back, right? So we're going to push, and that is why
What else
when
can the
this new
government
road traffic act come,
What will it have? What
we
difference will it
we
make?
make sure asking people to just line up from now. Just line up. I hear rumblings in the media about fines. Why are you worrying about fines?
Sure.
Don't worry about fines, man. You just obey the law.
Yes.
Work with it. If you don't disobey, you don't get no punishment, you know.
You're coming with some big fines.
It's not big fines. You want to go to the UK, and then you will know about big fines. You want to go to the US, and then you will know about big fines.
Because they take road safety seriously.
We are going to get this road traffic act passed. And all of you out there with 500 tickets, 300 tickets, 100 tickets.
Come on, I drive only 500 tickets.
We're appealing to you right now.
You will suspend license.
Just settle that.
Cancel.
Because when this new road traffic act is passed, the Island Traffic Authority will be mandated to suspend driver's license. You don't have to worry about suspension if you are law abiding. You have families, you have children. These drivers have children that they are teaching these children to obey them. When your child see you disobeying the law, daddy, mommy getting ticket for breaking red light. What is that? What are you teaching children? How comes? We have to set proper examples out there for our children to follow. We commit ourselves to teach our children, right? And the feedback we receive from the children are telling us what the parents are doing. And when they talk to the parent, I would like for you to one day to interview some children about road safety.
Yes,
and let them tell you what they know and what has been happening out there. Because we are empowering them. Because we have to create a new cadre of drivers out there.
So you've been educating the children?
Yes. And primary schools, secondary schools. So we have that program. And so we're close with the Ministry of Education. We're close with the Jamaica Automobile Association to ensure that they are educated. But who cannot hear, going to feel. Right? We have spoken enough.
That's right. You've been here several times.
And we see people executing maneuvers.
We're coming up in independent season here now where a lot of drinking and reveling going on.
We are supposed to get road fatality below 300.
And we
are in a trepidous position. It is going to be difficult with what is going on. It's more than one a day. What are we waiting on as a country, as drivers, as passengers out there? To begin to recognize that it's one life. I prayed 3 days and 3 nights. October 1st to October 3rd, 1987. For my mother to raise from the dead.
You did.
And it never worked.
Never worked.
It never worked up to this day. I wish she was here. It never worked. Yes. So she's gone.
True.
So we need to have respect for life. Our life. We have children. If you don't love yourself, love the children, them, no man. And love the children's children. Love them. Drive for them. Since you don't respect yourself, just respect the children that you have. Respect the family, your mother, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, the community, the workplace.
Yes.
How those people going to feel? Your friends, how those people going to feel?
Yes.
The minimum cost to bury somebody, $500,000.
Yes.
When somebody crash
True.
and dead, a lot of times they're plunging the family into debt.
Absolutely right.
People have to be borrowing money to bury their families.
Apart from the burial,
right?
What follows after that?
And then the trauma.
Yes.
A long-term trauma.
Psychological.
But while we look at the 219 who have been killed,
yes,
there's about another 2,000 who are injured
That's
out
true.
there.
That's true.
A lot can't work again.
Absolutely right.
So we must remember,
It's totally staggering.
as people, we have one life to live.
Yes.
And we must stop. We need to stop justifying bad behavior and mixing up God into it.
Yes.
God never tell anybody out there to overtake around corner, speed, and kill people. Never tell anybody to do that.
We have to tell again.
So people need to stop that. And those of us who have that notion need to stop it because it cannot be accepted.
He has been preaching for a long time and very passionately about this issue. It's about time we heed for ourselves and for others. Next week, we're going to be back. Until then, Ian Bourne wishing you a pleasant day.